Good morning.
Welcome to Yucca Yoga's global yoga class, where yogis from around the globe join us to stretch, breathe, straighten, and relax.
Good morning. I'm Laura. This is Alan. We're going to do some sun salutations. Starting in Tadasana, mountain pose, with the feet firmly rooted down into the mat. You can bring the palms together to the center of the chest and begin to relax the face and feel the breath. Taking smooth, even inhalations and exhalations through the nose as we slow the breath down. On the next inhale, we'll sweep the arms up overhead, reaching, we lengthen the spine, maybe come to the toes. As you exhale, lower the heels, bring the palms back together, and we hinge forward into Uttanasana, forward fold, relaxing the head down, and then bending the knees if the hamstrings are tight, but we allow gravity to lengthen the spine in this forward fold. Feel the breath. Inhale, lift halfway up, lengthen through the crown of the head. And we're gonna gently warm up into this, stepping the right foot back. Stay high on the ball of the back foot, and we're gonna take a low lunge. So this is Anjaneyasana, a variation of it. And then we're going to pull the abdominals in and just step forward, back into our forward fold. Relax the head down. Grab onto the legs to help support the lower back and find even pressure in the feet. Inhale, lift halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen the spine. And then we'll exhale, step the left foot back, stay high on the ball of the left foot, come into a low lunge, Anjaneyasana. We'll inhale, step that foot forward, forward fold, Uttanasana. Making sure the toes are aligned so we get an even stretch through the hamstrings. Put a gentle bend in the knees and we'll just roll up, stacking one vertebra at a time, all the way to standing. Sweep the arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Maybe come to the toes. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. The right foot steps back. Stay high on the ball of the back foot and you come into Anjaneyasana. This time lift all the way up. Making sure that the knee is tracking the middle toes. And if you can't see your toes, you want to walk your foot forward. Just inch it forward until that knee is stacking over the heel. Palms face each other. Arms relax, eyes relax as we breathe. exhale, the hands will come down and we step forward into our forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lift halfway up. This time the left foot will step back, way back as you set up for Anjaneyasana. Set your foundation, and then inhale to lift the arms. Taking your time to move into the pose as you feel the breath. On the next exhalation, the hands will come down as you lift forward and come into forward fold, Uttanasana. Slight bend in the knees as you roll up all the way to standing. The head is the last to come up. And we'll sweep the arms up overhead. And then exhale the hands to the center of the chest as you feel the breath into Tadasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms come up. Exhale, hinge forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. This time we come into Warrior One, Virabhadrasana One. The right foot will step back. I set up my foundation. The heel of the back foot comes down. Checking the knee, should be behind the heel and tracking the middle toes. As you slowly move into the posture, and then when you're ready, the arms lift, the face relaxes, and you feel the breath. On the exhale, the hands come down, and we're going to step back into Utthita Chaturanga Dandasana. This is a high plank pose. Strong planks here. Pressing the floor away from us. We can set the knees down, the tops of the feet come down, lowering the hips, but then inhaling as you lift the chest. Cobra. If this is too much on the back, you can also come down to the forearms or walk the hands further out in front of you. But we're lifting out of the lower back. And then as you exhale, tuck the toes and lift the hips, press back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Note that we're pressing the floor away from us. As Alan is pushing away from the hands, so he's lengthening the spine as his hips are being pulled away from him. It's a nice long spine. The feet are approximately hip distance apart. And if you need to, you can always bend the knees. Looking to the hands, we're going to step the right foot forward, come to the ball of the back foot, and we'll inhale the arms up for Anjaneyasana. Take your time if you need to walk that front foot forward so that the toes are coming forward of the knee. We want to protect the knee. The back leg is straight and strong. The shoulders are soft, but the arms are energized, reaching to the sky. As you exhale, the hands come down, step forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, stack the spine as you roll up. Sweeping the arms up overhead. And then exhale the hands to the center of the chest, Tadasana. Let's do that on the other side. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, hinge forward. Ardha Uttanasana, lift halfway up. The left foot steps back, the heel comes down. You may widen your stance a bit. Slowly set your foundation, and then inhale the arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, Utthita Chaturanga Dandasana. Step the right foot back, come into a high plank, a push-up position. As you exhale, the knees come down, the tops of the feet come down, and we'll inhale into Cobra. Lifting the rib cage away from the hips, but engaging Uddiyana Bandha. The abdominal muscles are pulling in to protect the lower back. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Look to the front of the mat. The left knee lifts up as you step the left foot forward. Inhale the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, the hands come down, step forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Slight bend in the knees as you roll up. Bring the arms all the way up overhead, maybe come to the toes. As you exhale, the hands come to the center of the chest, Tadasana. Reconnect with the breath. We'll do another salutation with Virabhadrasana 1. So that same sequence again. As you exhale, hinge forward, Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. The right foot steps back, the heel comes down. Slowly set your foundation and then lift the arms when you're ready and feel the breath in Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, the hands come down. We step back into our high plank, Utthita Chaturanga Dandasana. The knees lower down, so do the tops of the feet. As you inhale, lift the chest for cobra. You can keep a slight bend in the elbows to prevent hyperextension, and the shoulders are rolling back, so the chest is opening here. Lift the heart, and then exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the right leg, bend the knee, and bring it into the chest. As you lightly step the right foot forward, stay high on the ball of the back foot, and then inhale the arms up for Anjaneyasana. Exhale, pull the belly in and step forward, Uttanasana. Relax the head down. This time, bend the knees a lot. We'll sit back into an imaginary chair. And then peel open the spine as you lift the chest, lift the arms. The palms are facing each other. And then inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, Tadasana. We'll do the left side. Sweep the arms up overhead. Hinge forward into Uttanasana. Inhale to lift halfway up. The left foot will step way back, come down onto the heel, and then inhale the arms up. Shoulders are soft. Palms are facing each other as the hands reach towards the sky. Exhale, the hands come down and step back. Uttita Chaturanga Dandasana, high plank. Knees come down, the tops of the feet come down. Alternatively, if you have a regular practice, this would be your Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, that's upward facing dog. Exhale into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Looking to the hands, we'll step the right foot forward and then come into a high lunge. Exhale, let's step back since I realized we switched sides. Step back into a high plank. Come back into downward facing dog. And then this time, looking to the hands, we'll step the left foot forward into that high lunge. Feel the breath. Inhale and exhale, step forward. Uttanasana. Sit back into your chair. Utkatasana. Come all the way up to the toes. And then exhale the hands to the center of the chest. Tadasana. Reconnect with the breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Maybe come to the toes. It's a good opportunity to play with the balance. As you exhale, lower the heels, hinge forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, we'll lift halfway up. This time we're going to set the feet up for Virabhadrasana 2. This is Warrior 2, starting with the right side. The heel comes down. We windmill the arms up. The hips are facing the side of the room. The knee, as always, is above or behind the heel and tracking the middle toes. Shoulders relaxed, but arms are energized and reaching. As you soften the face and feel the breath. The right hand comes down to the right thigh. We flip the left palm and reach up. As the feet root down, the top hand is lifting towards the sky. We'll exhale, sweep the arms down, frame the front foot, and let's come down to the back knee. Lower the top of the back foot down. We'll inhale the arms up for Anjaneyasana. This is a low lunge. As you exhale, bring the hands inside the front foot. You can walk that left foot out towards the edge of the mat to make room, and we'll come into a lizard pose, Uttanasana. So you can keep the arms extended and just feel the stretch in the glute, in the hip, maybe in the hamstring and the quad area. If you have blocks or a blanket, you can always stack them so that you can bring the floor closer to you. Or if you have more flexibility, such as Alan, you can come down to the forearms. But whichever variation you choose that works for your body, we are feeling the breath in this posture. On the next inhale, slowly come up. We'll frame the front foot. You can bring it back to the center. And then we're going to work towards straightening that front leg as you press the hips back. The hands come underneath the shoulders. The foot that is extended in front of you, the toes of that foot are reaching towards the body, so it's flexed. This is Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, we'll bend into the front knee, step up into Uttanasana, so lift the back knee up, and then forward fold. Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale all the way up. Tadasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. The left foot steps back, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. The heel of the front foot is aligned with the arch of the back foot. The toes of the back foot should be turning in towards the body. Make sure the knee is in its proper alignment, not too far forward on that front leg. The arms are parallel, the shoulders relax, the eyes relax. The breath is smooth and comfortable. Let's reverse the warrior, lifting the right arm up as you root the feet. On the exhale, cartwheel the hands as you come down to the back knee, lowering the top of the back foot, low lunge. Exhale, the hands come down, and we'll bring the hands into that front foot or lizard pose. So find a variation that works for you. Maybe it looks like the opposite side, maybe it feels differently. Wherever you are, feel the breath. Go ahead and bring that front foot back towards the center line of the body. The hands frame the foot. We're going to press the hips back. We're attempting to straighten that front leg, but you can always keep a bend in the knee if the hamstrings are tight. The foot is flexed, and we can relax the head forward. Bend into the front knee. Come off the back knee. This time, let's step back into a high plank, Utthita Chaturanga Dandasana. You can move through your vinyasa. Maybe that's coming into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana or Cobra Bhujangasana. So either your knees are lifted or they're on the mat, whatever works for you. Feel the breath, and on the exhale, lift the hips and press back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, lower the knees down and the tops of the feet come down. And then let's press the hips back, take a child's pose. We're we're going to walk the hands over to the right side of the mat. So we're lengthening through the left side body. Inhale, the hands come to center and then over towards the right side, or the left side rather. So we're stretching the right side body. Whichever side you're stretching, we'll inhale as you come back to center. And then come into the hands and the knees. So all fours. The wrists should be right underneath the shoulders as you spread the fingertips wide. But press into the base of the thumbs. And then we're just going to move the spine here. Alan can take a few cat-cows. Feeling any way that is organic in the spine. We're just trying to lubricate the joints here so you can take circular motions, lateral movements as you move one hip and one shoulder closer to the other, and then move to the other side. If you're taking circular movements, make sure you move in both directions. Change the direction. This is also a good opportunity to stretch the face. You can open the jaw and stick out the tongue. Take a deep inhalation, and when you're ready, come back to neutral spine. And then have a seat. With the legs extended out in front, we'll take Paschimottanasana. This is a forward fold, but in seated position. So first we lengthen the spine, inhaling up. If we were standing, this would be Ardha Uttanasana. As you exhale, we'll press the chest forward, reaching towards the toes. Always acceptable to keep a slight bend in the knees. But we want to maintain length in the spine in this posture. Length in the spine. If the feet are flexing towards the body, chances are you're still able to feel that stretch. It's not necessarily the most important to go as far forward as possible, because we can feel the opening in the backs of the legs. And then we'll inhale as you slowly come up and take the counter pose. The hands will come back. You can point the toes and lift the chest. And you can stay here if it feels comfortable, or you can lift the hips. You choose what feels best for you. We like to keep the chin slightly tucked to maintain a long neck spine. And exhale, lower the hips down. We're going to bend into the knees and then come on to the back. And then Alan can demonstrate Supta Ekapada Rajakapotasana. This is pigeon on the back. If you have a regular practice, maybe you've tried this on the belly. We prefer this variation on the back because it's nicer on the knees and the joints, and we want to maintain our practice for a very long time. And one of the ways we can do that is taking modified poses that do not put stress on our ligaments. So Alan has created a figure 4 pose. The right ankle is on top of the left thigh, and then he's reaching the hands through and pulling that left thigh in towards the body. And then the right foot is also flexed. This is another way that we can help protect the knee. So you can go ahead and try it, making sure to relax the head onto the earth, and then soften the face. Relax the shoulders and feel this nice stretch in the outer hip. Go ahead and release the hands. Keep the knees bent and hug them in towards the chest. You can uncross the legs, that is, and we're hugging the knees in towards the chest. Then when you release the legs, keeping the knees bent, allow the knees to fall to one side as the arms open up, and we'll take a gentle twist here. So as the knees are opening to one side, the upper body is opening to the opposite side. So we're trying to maintain as much neutrality in the hips as possible. So we don't want to overstretch, and definitely want to protect the lower back. If you have a blanket or a pillow, you can place it underneath the bent knees, maybe even between the legs, finding some comfortability in this gentle twist. And then relax into the breath. When you're ready, inhale the knees back to center, and we'll take Supta Ekapada Rajakapotasana, king pigeon pose, on the other side. This time, the left ankle comes on top of the right thigh, hug everything into the body, and then feel the breath. On the next exhale, uncross the legs, hug the knees into the chest. You may find a gentle massage in the lower back by rounding the knees. And then we'll take a twist, but making sure to move in the opposite side. So the knees will come to the opposite side as last time, and then open the chest in the other direction. Inhale the knees back to center. And then once more, hug the knees into the chest. You can even take Ananda Balasana, happy baby. So you're grabbing onto the edges of the feet and pulling the knees in towards the body. If you can't reach the feet, you can always grab onto the thighs. And then maybe bring the soles of the feet together. So it's like cobbler's pose on the back. So the soles are coming together while the knees are bent. And then hugging the knees into the chest once more, gently rocking back and forth as you slowly make the rocking motions more gross, so larger rocking motions, eventually coming up into a seated position. Now I'm grabbing my blanket or pillow if you have it to sit on, and we'll take Sukhasana, which just means comfortable seat. So any comfortable seated position. It doesn't have to look like the way we're sitting here. This is just the traditional form. The key word here is comfortable. So we'll take a few moments to round out the practice by sitting with the breath. So the spine is nice and long as you sit tall. And the eyes begin to soften, the jaw relaxes. We're breathing evenly through the nose. Sampurna breath. Fill the mind with the breath. Stay with the breath. Thoughts will always come in, but we allow them to go. We give them space to wander around the mind without holding on to any one particular thought. Just observing the breath. Observing these fluctuations. When you notice the mind begins to wander, come back to the breath. Allow the mind to rest in the breath. We wish you all a beautiful Friday and happy spring equinox. We encourage you to resume a seated practice or transition slowly into the day. Thank you for tuning in.